Alright, so this is the final video for Module 1, Lesson 3. I decided that I did want to show you this final exercise here because it was a little bit different than some of the other ones. The difference here is that instead of being given two equations, like here, and finding the solution, we're given the solution and we want to come up with some equations that have that as the solution. Okay? So two different systems of equations. Well, we're not going to do two. We'll do one. Okay, just because, again, of time constraints and stuff like that. So we want to come up with two equations, a system, right? So we need two or more equations of linear equations that have this as the solution. So we could do some simpler ones. So for example, we could have y equals x. Now, if I just have y equals x, when I put the 1 in for the x, y will be negative 2. And you can see that this is not the same. But what can we do to this 1 to make it match with the negative 2 there? Well, a couple things. We could subtract 3, for example. 1 take away 3 will give us negative 2, and so check that works. Okay. Alternatively, we could instead again, with the negative 2 plugged in there and the 1 here, we could do something to the negative 2 to make it match the positive 1 there. So for example, we could do negative 2 plus 3. Okay, and so in other words, we could do y plus 3. Like so. This would result in the equation y equals x minus 3. You'll notice that these two equations are really saying the same thing, right? If I added 3 to both sides of this equation, I would get this. Or if I subtracted 3 on both sides of this equation, I would get this one. Okay, so they're really the same kind of equation here. So we'll just stick with this first one. So then how do we come up with more equations? Well, lots of different options here we could pick. So for example, we could do y equals 2x. Start with a 2 in front of the x like that, and then see what we need to do to fix it, to kind of correct for it and stuff like that. So again, we'll put negative 2 in for the y, 1 in for the x, and that results in negative 2 equals 2. So what would I need to do to this 2 to make it become a negative 2? Well, we could subtract 4 from it, right? So if I do 2x minus 4 like that, that will give us negative 2 equals negative 2, and so that one will work. And so we can use y equals 2x minus 4 as another equation. Okay? And you can do the same thing. You do start with y equals 3x or y equals 4x. You know, all these different things. Then you know, come up with some sort of correction here that would allow you to then make this point work. And I'll give you a bunch of different possible equations that would then create this system. So what's our system? Our system is y equals x minus 3, y equals 2x minus 4. And if you graph that, the point of intersection will be 1, negative 2. Alright, so a little bit of a different kind of problem. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.